Morning everyone. It is a Rootin' Tootin' Monday. Hope you are all very good. 1885 on the subscribers, you lovely people. Congratulations and well done. And let's see if we can get that 1900 before Christmas, eh? And then 2000 before New Year's, go. We are still, unfortunately, on a bit of a 60-30 split. What's happening? But lots of people that watch the how-tos and help videos then don't subscribe, which is kind of like a bit of a kick in the dick, but you know, unfortunately it is what it is. We've got bacon and we've got sausage in a bun and a latte, a little coffee, and we are off to work. Blues and pinks in the skies. We're supposed to get some rain, I think, in the next few days. And I've got wifey's cube. We're doing some service work to it today. I've got discs and pads, wheel bearings to fit, and suspension to change. We're also going to swap the wheels over. So a bit of a mechanical day today. I've had a customer move his job, who's obviously got some things planned for today. So we're going to run him another time after Christmas, and now we'll deal with, you know, important stuff first, like drivable cars and, you know, all the good shit. I hope you are good. I hope you are well. We had a good weekend with regards to videos. You got 3 little bonus ones, Friday, Saturday and Saturday again at the trees. Hope you enjoyed that. Not everyone's cup of tea, it's a bit different, I know that. But sometimes a bit of change is good. Apart from when it comes to women. Wifey does not like that. But we're just arriving at work. The Christmas lights are on, looking all pretty. We should get these little cubes in and worked on today. And once I've had my breakfast, I'll come back to you. It's going to be quite a hands-on day today. Lots of tools. Don't mean that. See you in a bit.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Right then everyone, turn that down a minute. Right, so we've got the pube in, first one. Managed to get the spring out. Obviously these kind of rear brace beam setups are great. You jack the car out and the springs pretty much fall out on themselves. So this is the coilover spring standard shock. So we've got a hub off, brake drum, and nice to see that we've got no wheel cylinder leaking. The pads have got loads of meat on them, or brake shoes have got loads of meat on them. Dickhead. Obviously you've got trailing and leading, but they are all good. Everything looks nice and dry in there, which is nice to see. So we've got a little bearing in here that we need to change. It's fairly noisy. We've got a little circlip we've got to remove first off, and then we've got to remove the circlip this side, which means we're pushing it out that side. So I'm going to remove the circlip and then we'll get on and push the bearing out, and then clean this thing up, put it back on there, to the other side. I'll see you in a bit. right then everyone, that was a pain in the ass. So wrestling with one coilover, one spring. So I managed to get the, let me show you this, managed to get the OE spring back in, and we've painted the drum so it doesn't look so corroded and naff. Wheel bearing's done, now nice and quiet, and we've put the new wheels on it, obviously getting rid of the 17s. I'm going to do the front one now. We'll do the wheels, brakes, discs and pads, and then we'll move on to the other side, and then we'll start swapping stuff left to right on the blue cube. So I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay, so we're moving on to the fronts now. So we've got discs and pads to do here, and we've got a set of, look at that, it's got a set of Tanabe shocks, coilovers. Ignore the R. This is the left, but it's I reckon somebody's written that on in a bit of a mistake, because that only goes one way. So yeah, this is not Irish suspension, but we got some good coilovers on here. So we're going to do going to do brakes, discs and pads, but we're going to take this apart as well, clean it up like we did with mine, give it a little lick of paint, and we're going to put the standard shocker back in, take that thing out. So we'll crack on with this one. Okay, so we had to stop for a bit of a recharge. Battery went flat on the GoPro, so we charged up another one. So we got stock suspension in, all the cables and everything redone. We've put new nuts in the top here, in the top strut mount, because they were all wrong, and they were just normal nuts and bolts. So we've got the caliper carrier back on, new disc on. We've cleaned out that. Now we're just gonna gun this thing back in, put this thing back onto place where that needs to go. Do this one-handed. No, I can't. Right, that's that back on. Disc is done. Carrier is done. We got new pads to put in. Oh, Jesus, what a day. So we got that's not right, that's the inside. Goes in there, that goes in there. That's better. We are missing one of these brake spreaders, which is obviously not good. We need two. Should be two of these, but accounting for the amount of BS I've already found on this car, it doesn't surprise me. We'll give the caliper carrier bolt some new grease to go in, and then we'll put that one on. We'll clean the face of the disc, and then all we've got to do then is bleed the brakes and check it, test it. But that should be wheels done, tyre wheels done this side, suspension redone, all of this checked, that's all nice and tight. sway bar, drop link, all of that's done. New bolts at the top. That's done. Right, I'll come back to you in a bit and then we'll start the other side. Fucking bullshit. Right then, kids. Welcome to Craft Time with Alex. Fuck's sakes. So, this is a Nissan Cube Note Micro Brake Spreader. What it is these two little bits will locate into a pad, and they will kind of, as you can see, the spring is to push them open. So as you're not braking and forcing the pad together, this naturally opens the brake pads up so they don't wear and drag the car. It's only got one in, so the pads are doing this. We can't and don't have or know what the mechanics did with the old set. And there is nothing out there that is going to help me. So what we've got is a set of headlamp bulb replacement retaining clips, and we've got everything from H1, H3, H4, H7. We're going to make our own one of these. It's same wire, it's just differently bend. So we're going to use this as our little, is it that one, or are we going to go, what else we got in here? Oh, maybe we go this one. But we're going to basically straighten out this metal to give us the same thing. Alright, and then it will basically mean that the pads are not trying to stick together for long periods and wear down uneven. So what's important is length more than anything. All of the gentlemen stand up in the room. Thank you very much, Kylie Minogue. If you haven't seen that Avant Provocateur advert, boys, you are missing a treat. After you've watched it, put it in the comments section because it's rather good. Right, okay, so we're going to go with roughly bend there. Now, that will keep them far enough apart, just add that right amount of spring that they're not going to rub adversely and slow the car where we don't want it to slow, as well as squeaking its tits off. Obviously this is going to make it bind, so it will sound pretty awful if these are not replaced. But clearly there's a difference between a mechanic and an engineer, whereas a mechanic is kind of like, yeah, we'll just put B&Q's, you know, home bolts in there from the garden shop. Whereas an engineer like myself is going, no, actually, let's kind of do this shit properly, boys, because braking, believe it or not, and steering is quite serious. So there's our little clip. And we just need to make two little turn downs. So we'll load that there. We don't need them to be very long. So I'm going to say one there. Hadouken! Yeah, and one there. Right, now there's our little clip. We just get our little bend on, one there and one there. Look at that, eh? It's almost OE, that, I tell you. Right, amazing. That's going to now help our car not to have squeaky brakes. Come on, I'll show you what I mean. It's going to be a proper informative video, this one. Should have done like pay-per-view or something. Right. Get on, stick. Right. I want you that side. There we go. So, see the little holes in the brake pads? So the original one sits in there like that. Sorry, that's the Alex one, and then the original sits in there like that. So as the caliper sits on this, right, it's basically gently pushing on these to force the pads apart. So it might give that a little bit of a tweak outward, but other than that, that's kind of where it wants to be. That'd be perfect. All right, see you in a bit. Right, Let's get a bit of... Come on. There we go. Get a bit of multi-purpose lube. Get them in the molds. There we go. Right, so there's them bad boys in. And there we have one break. Right, let's clean that disc, get wheel on, job done. Okay everyone, so this little thing is trying to kick my ass. So the caliper carrier bolt basically snapped clean off. Fortunately, that's the bit that broke. So there's the bit that snapped off. Fortunately, I was able to add, see this corrosion, that's what locks it in. We used the little heat torch from Snap-on, and we've added heat basically around the area. So it was this one that was stuck. So we added heat around here to make it swell. You don't heat the thing inside because you swell that and it'll get stuck in there like a friction lock. So you heat the outside, it expands, it breaks the sill, and then oil, gently work it backwards and forwards and the thing pops out. Now, I've snapped this, so I'm kind of screwed, but I want to get wifey's car back to her. So I've robbed one out of the blue cube. We're just going to clean up the one that I had because that's starting to bind as well. So we're going to neaten this one up. So we get a bit of emery or bit of sandpaper, put the bolt in your drill, and then just basically switch it on. Obviously make sure it's done up. We are on a bit of a rubber mount, so it will move around a little bit. And fall out. Let's try that again. There we go. So we just clean up that bolt so all the corrosion's gone. All the way down to the little rubberized nipple that they have at the bottom. Make sure all of that corrosion is gone. Because it will cause havoc with our braking. Right, then we need some grease. Normal grease, not copper grease. something a little bit different. And we get some black. Basically get it all in the hole. And then when we push it in, get some lovely squidgy noises. That was my bit on. Put that all the way down the bottom. Make sure that's coated all the way in. Lovely. There we go. So we've averted a crisis with wifey's car, but unfortunately now I've created a problem in mine, so I need to get another set of these caliper sliders from, well, it's probably going to be Nissan. Right, shall we continue? Right, what a pain in the ass. Finally got there. We've done brakes, suspension, wheel bearings, wheels, removed all the shitty brake parts, replaced the bits that were missing, fixed the caliper carrier. So this thing technically now should drive like a new car. Well, you know what I mean. Better. Should stop, should go. This brake was binding because obviously the caliper carrier was stuck. And Nissan won 117 plus the VAT, I shit you not, for 4 bolts. 4 bolts. 117 quid. Four bolts. I know we've got to deal with inflation, but 117 quid for 4 bolts. In my best Australian accent, yeah, nah. That's just obscene. Yay! It's finished. Right, Test drive, drop it back to wifey. Just undo my torque wrench before the battery goes flat. Right, in a bit. Right, now, before we do anything everyone, first thing you do, because we've done brake work, is pump that pedal before you move the car. Gently, like quarter of a push until it starts to firm up, and then you should get, there we go, a nice strong pedal, which we've now got. So we've got new wheel bearings, we've got suspension, we've got new brakes, new caliper carriers because the old ones were trashed. So we've got pedal, so our handbrake off. Let's go reverse. I'm going to take you on a test drive with me so you can laugh if we crash. Make good content. Or reverse into the door. Could you imagine? Right, let's go and lock up the garage, back in a mo. Right then. Safety first. Right, check the pedal, we've got a brake. All is good there. Obviously we've got to bed these brakes in. So we do slow stops, not getting the pad or the disc too hot, because basically that will blue the disc. And before a brake pad has done heat cycles, if you get it too hot, it just basically crumbles to dust. So we do a couple of slow stops, listening for noises, making sure everything's good. Can't hear anything, and the wheel bearings are silent, which is brilliant. I'm pretty confident in my abilities. I know we're good, but you never chance it. And while I'm driving, I'm going through my mind in every nut and bolt that I've undone, or everything that I've messed with, just to make sure that I have done it up or torqued it up. And we are good. It rides silent, lovely and smooth, other than the plastic stuff rattling. Obviously it's a box, but it's, God, what a difference. I'm not crashing over bumps anymore, and I certainly don't feel like I've got like a 50cc scooter humming in the background, which we had before. It's nice and smooth. Again, we'll start to do some braking. No long stops, short stops. We're not trying to put massive amounts of heat in these pads straight away. So we'll come off and come on the brakes. We're not like up to 70 mile an hour and bury the pedal for the next 10 minutes, because your brakes will blue, the pads will turn to mush, and then the next time you use them, they'll either squeal, glaze, or just fall apart. But I think we're good. It sounds lovely. If I shut the window, no humming anymore. Steering feels nice and light, straight. We're not pitching, we're not turning. She likes it. I think that would call that a win, boys. It's a lot of work. I've managed to find some caliper carrier bolts on the Bay of E, and they are going to be 27 quid. Not 117. What are they thinking? I swear to God, these people are nuts. Really, really nuts. But we're going to get this back to wifey. She can then take this to go and get the kids and relish in her new voiture. It's French for car. A good saying in French as well is "Ma voiture est trop basse," which means my car is really low. So when you go to car shows and you have to get on a ferry, you say it to the French people, and they stick you downstairs with the lorries, and then you got them big ramps, so you can stay on the bottom and get off the boat first. Shout out to Lauren for telling me that one. Bonjour Lauren and Chrissy, hope you're good. So that. But I'm going to carry on with this drive. I'm not going to bore you all the way home. I think we're pretty good. Wifey's going to love this, and I will see you back at the shop in a bit, fellas. Right everyone, we are done for today. I'll clean up tomorrow. I ain't got time or patience now. We'll deal with it tomorrow. We've got some bits and bobs to get rid of, some bits and bobs to sell, some stuff to put in the bin. What a day. But we got it sorted. We had the L200 back in, which was having the camera issues. We got the spare camera lead on it and it still didn't work. So that basically says to us, or me, that it's not the camera retention, which is that one. It is in fact the Mitsubishi camera or lead. So I'm going to do a new camera in our car for him. We're not going to go with a Mitsubishi one. A, it'll be too expensive, and B, my stuff's better. But we've got a Key 500.1 and some speakers. That is going to go for a setup video. I'm going to do it on the bench with you guys alongside, and I'm going to do it start to finish so you see what the Key does and how it works. And I promise this time I'm going to charge my GoPro and make sure that it doesn't go flat. But that's it, we are done for today. I'm boshed. It was a busy old day. So far I have disabled the cube. Obviously I've got my wheels back on it, but this side I haven't put back on because I've got a drill bit holding in my caliper at the minute from the caliper carrier bolt on Wifey's cube that snapped. Obviously we managed to get the offending article out, but then obviously it left her without brakes. So I've borrowed mine for now because I'm obviously using the truck, we're not using the cube, so I don't mind. Oh Jesus, that was close, look at that, stuck a razor blade to the torch. I don't mind not having the cube for the minute. It's more important that she has a car. So I've ordered some new ones. We've not ordered the Nissan ones. I've ordered some from a online parts company, but they want 24 quid for a set rather than 117 plus the VAT. So that's cool. So we'll wait for that one. We'll do the cube setup tomorrow. Sorry, the Key setup tomorrow. We've got a job in, a normal job in, which we'll be able to do, and maybe some tidying in the morning. I was coming over here to turn the box off. That's what I was going to do. But other than that, a rather full-on video, lots of mechanical bits and bobs today. Hope you enjoyed the footage. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a regular, hello boys. How we doing? Hope you're well. But I'm going to shut up, get my ass home, because I am knackered. Need to go and wash my hands. Did proper work today. See you tomorrow, boys.
You told me you had subscribed to ASC Audio and now you've missed an episode.